Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss oxy acids of sulfur. In last class, you have come across oxy acids of carbon, nitrogen, boron, oxy acids of sulfur. Importance of sulfuric acid. As you know, sulfuric acid is known as king of chemicals. King of chemicals. A nation's development can be known, industrial development can be known by the usage of sulfuric acid. If they consume more sulfuric acid, they are well industrially developed. Sulfuric acid is manufactured industrially in two methods. One is lead chamber process, another is contact process. Lead chamber process is still nobody is following now, but in contact process, sulfuric acid is manufactured. Manufacturing of sulfuric acid is done in two stages. The sulfur is subjected to burn in the presence of oxygen, converted to sulfur dioxide. Then sulfur dioxide is converting to sulfur trioxide in the presence of catalyst, that is vanadium pentoxide, at high pressure 600 degrees 600 atm pressure. So this process is reversible process. After getting the sulfur trioxide, the sulfur trioxide is not dissolving in water, because if you are dissolving sulfur trioxide in water, the reaction is exothermic, which leads to explosion. So in manufacturing of sulfuric acid, sulfur trioxide is passed into sulfuric acid, then it's converted to H2S2O7, that is known as oleum. Oleum. So industrially, sulfuric acid is prepared by dissolving the sulfur trioxide in sulfuric acid, then it is diluted to get back sulfuric acid. And one more important thing or precaution, as you know, sulfuric acid has more affinity towards the water. When you add water, it releases lot of heat. When you are diluting the sulfuric acid, never water to be added to the sulfuric acid. Little amount of sulfuric acid added to the water by stirring the solution very frequently, because the heat releasing during this process to be released into surroundings. Never pour sulfuric acid into water or water into sulfuric acid, which leads to explosion. Now come to structure of sulfuric acid. As if you look at the structure, sulfur, which is located at the center, two oxygen atoms are attached to the sulfur with a double bond. Two OH groups are attached to the sulfur. If you see the hybridization, sp3 hybridization, there are 4 sigma 2 pi bonds around the sulfur atom. You come to the basicity of acid. There are two OH groups, and these hydrogens can be ionizable. So basicity of this acid is 2. Bond angle 109 degrees 28 minutes. Thiosulfuric acid. Formula H2S2O3. It is nothing but sulfuric acid. One of the oxygen is replaced by sulfur atom. So that is the reason it is known as thiosulfuric acid. So its structure is similar to sulfuric acid, but the sulfurs which are present, they differ in the oxidation numbers. The sulfur which is attached to the central atom of the sulfur, which is in -2 state, whereas central sulfur atom, which is +6 in state. So here in the thiosulfuric acid, sulfur atoms are showing different oxidation states. One is plus 2, one is minus 2, another is plus 6. So when we take into account oxidation number, we are going to take average of these two. Plus 6 minus 2. How much? Plus 4. Plus 4 by 2. So plus 2. Here sulfur oxidation number is plus 2. Sulfur oxidation number is plus 2 in thiosulfuric acid, that is also known as average oxidation number. Okay, or you can say here sulfur oxidation number minus 2 one atom is showing, plus 6 one atom, average atomic oxidation number is plus 2. Now peroxymonosulfuric acid. Peroxy, if two oxygen atoms are present adjacent with alpha of sigma bond, the two covalent sigma bond, then that is known as peroxide bond. So peroxy, it is nothing but sulfuric acid in place of OH. One more oxygen is attached between the OH and sulfur. You can locate that here is the two oxygen atoms which are adjacent peroxysulfuric acid. So in peroxysulfuric acid, the oxidation number will be same, but when you are going to calculate, you are finding that plus 8, it is wrong, because here oxidation state of oxygens to peroxide oxygens to be taken as a minus 1. So then you are going to get the plus 6, otherwise you are going to get plus 8. This is about the peroxy monosulfuric acid. It is also known as Carros acid. Diperoxysulfuric acid. Diperoxysulfuric acid. Here, if you see that it's a central, there is a peroxide bond or two oxygen atoms are attached to this two sulfuric acid molecules. By removing OH, they are attached, or you can say when you bring two sulfuric acid molecules, by removal of water molecule, you are getting the resultant structure, that is known as peroxysulfuric acid. Peroxysulfuric acid. So here peroxide bond is present, and here also oxidation number is plus 6. Plus 6. You can see the basicity of this acid. Basicity of acid is 2. Here you can replace the 2 hydrogen atoms from OH group. Now dithionic acid. Dithionic acid is nothing but, you can say it's a polymer of sulfurous acid. Here dithionic, sulfur-sulfur bond is present and 4 oxygen atoms are attached with double bonds. 2 OH groups are attached to the sulfur. Basicity of this acid is 2 only. Oxidation number plus 6. So dithionic acid. Now come to sulfurous acid. The formula, H2SO3 is known as sulfurous acid. Here one oxygen is attached to the sulfur with double bond and 2 OH groups are attached to the sulfur. Oxidation number of sulfur in this case is plus 4. The basicity of this acid is 2. There are 2 OH groups are attached to the sulfur which can be ionized. So basicity is 2. So now redox properties of oxyacids of sulfur. As you know, reduction, oxidation, which are playing an important role in chemical reaction. Reduction means gain of electrons. Oxidation means loss of electrons you already come across in lower standards, and reducing agent, oxidizing agent. These two clearly is known as redox properties. These oxy acids can show oxidizing as well as reducing properties. So here we are going to discuss oxidizing and reducing agent properties of each oxy acid. First you can take H2SO3, sulfurous acid. When sulfurous acid is treated with potassium permanganate, you are going to get that potassium sulfate, manganese sulfate, water molecules, and sulfuric acid, where sulfurous ion, sulfite ion SO3 minus 2 is changing to SO4 minus 2. Sulfite ion changing to sulfate ion. In sulfite ion, oxidation state of sulfur is +4, which change to +6 in sulfate ion, where sulfurous acid is undergone oxidation and acting as a reducing agent. Come to potassium permanganate. Oxidation number of manganese in potassium permanganate +7, and we change it to MnSO4 manganese sulfate. Here oxidation state is +2. It is undergone reduction serving as a oxidizing agent. As you know, the element which undergone oxidation serving as a reducing agent, the element which undergone reduction serving as a oxidizing agent. Now, sulfurous acid reaction with potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7. When potassium dichromate is treated with the sulfurous acid, the products will be potassium bisulfate, chromium chloride plus water molecules. Here also you can see that in potassium dichromate, chromium is in +6 state, changing to the +3 state. Means chromium ion +6 to +3 is reduced, and sulfite ion changed to sulfate ion. Again here sulfurous acid is undergone oxidation serving as a reducing agent. Potassium dichromate is undergone reduction serving as a oxidizing agent. This is the reducing property, redox property of H2SO3. Now come to sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. When sulfuric acid is treated with the metals, the products will be depending on nature of the concentration of the acid. So here you can treat the zinc metal with dilute and concentrated sulfuric acid. When zinc metal is treated with the diluted H2SO4, you are going to get that zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas is liberating. Here only displacement is taking place. Here zinc atom is displaced with the hydrogen atoms. So here between the zinc and hydrogen, the electron exchange is taken place, but there is no change in sulfur oxidation number. When zinc is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, the products will be zinc sulfate, sulfur dioxide plus water molecules. If you look at that, in the previous case, hydrogen gas was liberated, now sulfur dioxide gas is liberating. Now in sulfur dioxide, sulfur oxidation state is +4. In sulfate ion, it is plus 6. Now it's changed from plus 6 to plus 4, which means sulfur is undergone reduction. Sulfur is undergone reduction. So serving as a oxidizing agent, which means the concentrated acids and diluted acids are differ in chemical reactions. In the same way, you can take iron. When iron is treated with diluted S2SO4, you are getting the products ferrous sulfate plus hydrogen gas. It is similar to reaction zinc plus sulfuric acid, diluted sulfuric acid. Now, iron is treated with the concentrated sulfuric acid. Then you are going to get ferrous sulfate plus sulfur dioxide plus water molecules, which means when the concentrated sulfuric acid is using, that is undergoing reduction, sulfur dioxide gas is liberating. But when you are using diluted one, there is no change in oxidation state. Sulfur is not acting like an oxidizing or reducing agent. Okay, so this is about the diluted and concentrated acids of sulfur reaction with zinc and iron. Now come to copper reaction with sulfuric acid. Copper do not react with diluted sulfuric acid, which reacts only with concentrated sulfuric acid. When copper is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, the products will be ferrous sulfate plus sulfur dioxide plus water molecules. Water molecules. Now, peroxysulfuric acid, just now I told H2SO5 is known as peroxysulfuric acid or Carros acid. Potassium iodide, when treated with H2SO5, you are going to get K2SO4 plus H2O plus iodine. Here, potassium iodide, iodine is minus 1 state. Here, iodine minus 1 to changing to the 0 or elemental form, iodine is undergone oxidation. But if you see the sulfur oxidation number in the both the cases, that is potassium sulfate and Carros acid, will be similar. But here reduction oxidation is taken place. What? Which one have undergone oxidation and reduction? As you know, in H2SO5, there are two oxygen atoms which are in peroxide bond. They have the minus 1 oxidation state. During this process, when potassium iodide is treated with the peroxysulfuric acid, there is a transfer of electrons taking place between the oxygen and iodine. Oxygen and iodine. Because oxygen is more electronegative than sulfur. So exchange of electrons taking place between the iodide ion, peroxide ion. So peroxide ion, in peroxide ion, oxygen is in minus 1 state. Then it is changing to the oxide ion O minus 2. In this case, there is no change in the sulfur oxidation number. In the same way, you can take ferrous sulfate. FeSO4 is known as ferrous sulfate. When treated with the peroxysulfuric acid, you're going to get ferric sulfate plus water molecules. Here also sulfur oxidation number is not changing, but if iron is changing from plus 2 to plus 3, it's undergone reduction. Again, from the acid is acting like a oxidizing agent itself undergoing reduction, but electron transfer is taking place between the oxygen and iron. Next one, H2SO8. As you know, it is also known as Marshall acid, diperoxy sulfuric acid. Basicity is to, just now you have come across, when Marshall acid or diperoxy sulfuric acid treated with ferrous sulfate, you're going to get ferric sulfate plus H2SO4, ferric sulfate plus H2SO4. Here also ferrous sulfate salt is undergone oxidation. Now H2SO8 reaction with potassium iodide. When potassium iodide is treated with diperoxy sulfuric acid, the products will be potassium bisulfate and iodine. So here if you look at, again electron transfer is taking place between the peroxide ion and iodide ion. Sulfur oxidation number remains same, but serving as a oxidizing agent. These are the redox properties of oxyacids of sulfur. Next, oxyacids of chlorine. Oxyacids of chlorine, examples: hypochlorous acid, chlorous acid, chloric acid, perchloric acid. Formula: HOCl, hypochlorous acid, HClO2, chlorous acid, HClO3, chloric acid, HClO4, perchloric acid. Oxidation numbers: chlorine oxidation number in hypochlorous acid +1, in chlorous acid +3, in chloric acid +5, in perchloric acid +7. Basicity of acids: hypochlorous acid 1, chlorous acid 1, chloric acid 1, perchloric acid 1. Now come to structure of hypochlorous acid. In hypochlorous acid, central atom is oxygen. To the central atom, chlorine and hydrogen atoms are attached. If you look at the bond angle between the hydrogen and chlorine, it is 103 degrees. Bond length between oxygen and chlorine 169.3 picometers. Between hydrogen and oxygen 97 picometers. If you look at the shape, it is V shape or bend shape. Hybridization is sp3 hybridization. Bond angle is reduced due to repulsion between lone pair, bond pair electrons. When hypochlorous acid undergoes ionization, it will give hypochlorite ion. ClO minus is known as hypochlorite ion. If the acid HOCl is the acid, ClO minus 1 is the conjugated base. Conjugated acid base pair differ with one proton. Next one, chlorous acid. The formula is that HClO2. Here, chlorine is located at the central and one oxygen is attached to chlorine with double bond and OH is attached to the chlorine. Basicity of this acid is 1. It is also bend shape molecule. When undergo ionization, which produces chlorite ion, ClO2 minus 1 chlorite ion. Chloric acid HClO3 is known as chloric acid. Here two oxygen atoms are attached to the chlorine with double bonds and one OH group is attached to the chlorine. On central atom chlorine there is a one lone pair of electrons. Hybridization is sp3 hybridization. Shape is pyramidal. Due to repulsion between the bond pair and lone pair, the bond angle will be reduced. When chloric acid undergoes ionization, which produces H plus ion and chlorate ion, ClO3 minus is known as chlorate ion. Chlorate ion. Now come to the perchloric acid. HClO4 is known as perchloric acid. Here, chlorine is located at the center. 3 oxygen atoms are attached to the chlorine with a double bond. 1 OH is attached to the chlorine. Hybridization is same sp3, but oxidation number is +7. The basicity of this acid is 1. Here bond angle is 109 degrees, 28 minutes. When perchloric acid undergoes ionization, produces H plus ions and perchlorate ion, ClO4 minus is known as perchlorate ion. Now come to acidic strength of these oxy acids of chlorine. Hypochlorous ion, chlorous ion, hypochlorous acid, chlorous acid, chloric acid, perchloric acid. Among all these, perchloric acid is the strongest acid. If you look at the acidic strength decreases as follows. Perchloric acid is more stronger than chloric acid. Chloric acid is more stronger than chlorous acid. Chlorous acid is more stronger than hypochlorous acid. The strength of acid which depends on conjugated base. Stability of conjugated base. If you see in hypochlorous, chlorous, chloric, perchloric acids, central atom is chlorine and oxygen atoms are attached. Oxygen atoms are more electronegative in nature. When it carries the positive charge, they are more electronegative. They intensify the positive charge. Okay. So here stability of hypochlorate, chlorate, chlorite, perchlorate can be explained based on the resonance. In perchlorate ion, there are double bonds. That ClO4 minus is stabilized due to resonance. That is the reason perchlorate ion is more stable than chlorate ion. In chlorate ion, only 2 oxygen atoms are attached with double bond. In chlorous ion, only 2, one is there. The stability will decide the strength of acid. So among all acids, perchloric acid is stronger